I hate it.
Well,
but I mean,
chickens bite
if you have the option, then you just don't do it.
I know exactly what you're saying, and I think she had the money too, but it was not a priority to her
That's
the
my
way
point.
it would have been to you or to me.
That's all I'm saying.
And you know what? I also think that if she had tried hard enough, she probably could have found some agency that would have taken the dog and put it down for free.
Yeah, but because she
that
didn't
was
love
not
it,
a priority.
She didn't care because it was an animal.
It just wasn't a priority. There were other
Right,
things
that's
that came first, and you know what? The best thing you can do about this is try to forget it and move on.
Yes, I know.
Then why
all
do
I
you keep
can do.
talking about it?
What a bunch of crybabies.
Next time you bite into that
Well,
$3.95
wait a minute.
burger.
We don't have to like the way it was done.
You know
but
what? Nobody-
I'm willing to shut up about it and move on. And that's what I'm saying.
Can't argue with that.
You know, no one cries when about the way a horse is killed. If a horse breaks a leg and someone pulls out a pistol and busts a cap in his head.
Yeah, but guys get arrested when they go out sport shooting in Nevada and decide to shoot wild mustangs.
Way
There's a
different than what
difference.
this
But
lady
there is
did.
a difference.
What this lady did was...
I'm talking
was
about
use the
putting an
name.
animal out of its misery. There's not a whole lot of difference between putting a bullet in a head and taking a hammer to the head. They're both a blow to the head.
If you get it right the first time, sure.
And she did.
Yeah, and thank God. Thank God there was no more suffering because of the method that she chose.
Too sensitive about this.
Too sensitive to who? Not to
You,
me.
yeah.
Not to me.
It took a tremendous amount of courage for her to do that.
I agree.
She did
and
it
it's something
cleanly,
that-
efficiently,
thank
without
God.
suffering to the animal.
And thank God.
I mean, it's the Old West, the old-fashioned way to do it.
But we're not in the Old West. But thank God there was
Well,
no
you
more
know what?
suffering.
Not everyone has that discretionary income.
That
well,
doesn't
not
seem,
everyone has that priority either.
That doesn't seem to get through to
No, it doesn't.
some people.
No.
Well, not. I really think that if you need the money, you can
you
find
want
the
to
money.
feed the kids this month, or do you want to hit?
Her kid was away, abandoning its dog.
She may have had more than one child.
You want to live
Well,
in
we
an
don't know
apartment
that.
or get
You can't
evicted?
argue
or
that. You don't know.
You want to pay the rent or
She didn't say it was because of rent money. She said I wasn't spending the damn money on the dog.
Well, not everyone leads a life of privilege.
Right.
Well, not. You know what? I will not feel guilty because I would choose to spend my money differently.
Let me tell you this.
She just didn't choose to spend her money on the dog.
Let me tell you this, and this will solve it all for you. Mm-hmm. We got the House and Senate back.
Yeah, there ought to be a lot less whining.
Although Happy Days Are Here Again was originally a Democrat
Whatever.
It's our homage to the Democrats,
theme song,
You made that
FDR.
who lose and get nothing.
Well, they got the state of California.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh,
And your
boy.
own president is reaching out to the Democrats today.
My own president.
Yes.
All right, what's he saying? Losers?
Yeah, he's calling them up and going, loser.
Come to the flock.
Well, Republican, are you ready?
No, I'm not
Oh,
ready,
okay.
as a matter of fact. There was too much turmoil from that last issue.
It's very exciting.
Yeah, was it?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I got an email from someone who said, that was terrible. I can't believe you let that on the radio. You know, I don't always know what people are going to say when they get on the radio, and I do have the swear catcher to take it off. But I had a few seconds to think, you know, sometimes animals are suffering, and sometimes they have to be put out of their misery. So what are you going to do? Seriously.
Yeah.
What would you do? If those were your two choices, putting the animal out of its misery or letting it suffer, what would you do?
I'd hope I have the guts to bring out the hammer,
Yeah.
and I think I would.
See, I couldn't do that.
So you'd let it suffer.
Let someone else do the dirty work.
I would have to.
Would you come over and do it for me, Cookie?
Probably.
Because I couldn't do that.
A
Yeah, I
terrible
could do it.
choice to have to make.
I mean, what's the difference between a swift blow, painless, to the head, than the doctor with the syringe? That someone's got to be the Grim Reaper. Almost doing it by proxy.
Yeah. You ever done it before? You ever had to put an animal down?
No.
Yeah, I've done it.
I did too, my kitty.
I've done it, and it's not easy. It is the most difficult thing that I've done to that point.
I think getting a hole-in-one was more difficult. But
Well, the only thing easy about it was that it was good to have her not be suffering anymore. The quality of life.
right, yeah. Here is Brett on the KGB. What's up, Brett? You know, I waited for you, Brett.
Of course, the difference is I didn't snuff my dog and have to buy everybody a round of drinks. So,
What's the matter?
Nothing. I'm just waiting.
Oh, all right. I'm in a break. This is KGB.
Every day, more small business owners are using Sony technology in new ways to solve traditional business problems. Sony helps great ideas get done. Visit sony.com/smallbiz and see how.
Listen, every minute matters. And there's a memory in every one of them. So I hope you're keeping that camera clicking away. Hey, even this minute matters. Because this is the minute where you're going to find out about Ritz Camera's incredibly low price of just $9.99 for 2 sets of big prints when you show us your frequent photo card. Yeah, that look of amazement on your face is priceless. Just a second. Got it. And an hour from now, I'm going to get it from Ritz Camera's Big Print Central. Or check out DigiPrints, camera store quality photos right from your digital camera media cards for just 49 cents each. Hey, sure beats going through stacks of ink cartridges on your printer at home. Look, the human brain can only store so many memories. So help out that gray matter of yours. Use that camera, input some memories, and let Ritz Camera handle the output. 2 sets of big prints for just $9.99 with your frequent photo card, or DigiPrints for 49 cents each. Right now at Ritz Camera.
DigiPrints available most locations. Big print offer on 24 exposure film.
Today on Meet the Professionals, we're here with Bobby Saunders, the youngest chef in the world. So, Bobby, how old are you?
I'm 4, Phil.
Incredible. And you've prepared quite a holiday spread for us here. Turkey, tiramisu.
I like foods that begin with the letter T.
Tremendous. Everything looks delicious. Any advice you can give our listeners on how to prepare this at home?
2 words, get smart.
You mean go to school?
I mean, get smart, smart and final. You want to prepare a great holiday meal?
Oh, sure.
They've got restaurant quality food, great appetizers and wines, professional quality equipment, and a tremendous selection of paper goods. All at low warehouse prices.
All this from Smart and Final? You're kidding.
I might be a kid, but I wouldn't kid you, Phil. Come on, let's party.
Smart & Final's Party Central for the holidays. Now through November 13th, get Smart Advantage savings on Crystal Geyser Spring Water. Buy 2 28-bottle cases, get 1 free plus CRV. Bounty paper towels, 8 rolls, only $5.99. Save time, save money at Smart & Final, the smaller, faster warehouse store.
Hey everyone, it's Dave in the Drive Time here with Catherine Zeta-Jones. So, talk to me about Whenever Minutes. What's the story there?
All right, Dave. Let's just say you and I are dating, and we enjoy quiet nights alone.
Oh my gosh, I love this game.
Concentrate, will you?
Right.
So when do you make your calls?
In the morning during the day.
Gentlemanly of you. But how are you going to do that?
With Whenever Minutes. And with T-Mobile, you get 1,000 nationwide Whenever Minutes for $39.99.
Can we get a drum roll on that?
1,000 Whenever Minutes, free roaming, free long distance, all for $39.99.
Very dramatic.
Hey, can we get back to the part about us dating?
Sorry, the moment's passed.
The most nationwide Whenever Minutes guaranteed only from T-Mobile. Call 1-800-T-Mobile based on $39.99 rate plans. Limited time offer available in select markets. Service agreement required. Additional restrictions apply. See printed materials for details.
T-Mobile, get more.
With T-Mobile, you get more from live. Get more minutes to use whenever you want, wherever you want. Visit a Best Tech or Mobile Pros location to find out more.
La Salsa's 3-pepper fajita burrito is like a very beautiful woman. Hot, spicy, plump, bursting at the seams. You must hold on with 2 hands, and you must be very careful where you bite. Nibble in the wrong place, and everything will end up on your lap. Like a beautiful woman, La Salsa's 3-pepper fajita burrito can satisfy your hunger. Oh yes, you lie in bed at night alone, fantasizing about the soft tenderness of the chicken or beef, grilled with onions and 3 kinds of fire-roasted peppers, even fresh poblano chilies, all wrapped up tightly in a warm tortilla. But the 3-pepper fajita burrito is not like a woman in every way. No, because you cannot marry a 3-pepper fajita burrito or have children with it. And you will never, ever have to meet its mother. The 3-pepper fajita burrito, new at La Salsa Fresh Mexican Grill. Keep life fresh. Keep it exciting.
Here's Pam on the KGB. Pam, what's going on, girl?
Hey, I just had to call because I always hear you talking about K-Wish, and I had my eyes done yesterday, and I could see everything.
What took you so long?
I don't know. I guess I was a little nervous or something.
I was afraid of the pain.
Oh, my God. It took like 10 minutes. No pain. I can see everything.
Told you.
I'm standing around dancing, and my other coworkers are looking at me like I'm nuts.
Did they tell you how blind you were before you had it done?
I knew how blind I was.
Tell me.
Like, my right eye was like 2375, and my left was 2450. And I can see anything and everything today.
Do you know
already.
what that means? 2450. Let me tell you what that means.
Right.
What a person what a person with normal, let's say, working eyes, what a person can see from 450 feet away, that means Pam would have to move up to 20 feet to see it.
Yikes.
Yeah, that's what 2450 means. What are you now? Do you know?
Well, I go back today at 1 for the little follow-up, but I can see, like, I work at a golf course, and we have deer that are normally 300 yards away, and I can see them. So it's absolutely awesome.
Which golf course is that?
On Camp Pendleton.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to kill myself dancing around so much I'm starting to trip up on it.
Unfortunately, your coworkers can see you dancing.
Yeah.
Well, I'm happy for you, Pam.
I just had to call because you kept talking about it. It's the only reason I finally called and went down there and had it done, and otherwise I probably would still be blind. So.
And you know what the bonus is for you broads out there?
Huh.
When you get your eyes done, you know, it's like coming out of that dreamy kind of foggy thing, and who's the first person you see? Dr. Kawish.
Exactly.
Not a bad-looking dude. You know.
Boner.
When you think about it.
Yeah.
I get to be a whole other person, though, because I used to kind of be a little shy, held back because I couldn't quite see anybody.
Yeah.
You know, so now I'm almost obnoxious, and it just started.
Just almost obnoxious.
Oh, day one. Mm.
All right, Pam.
Okay, well, thank you. I just wanted to thank you.
I'm glad it worked out good for
Yes, me too.
you. See you later, girl.
All right,
Bye-bye.
thanks. Bye.
On to the Sports Network we go. The Chainsaw with this post-election 2002 Decision Sportscast. Good morning.
Well, good morning, and thank you, David, and hello again, everybody in the sports world. The state championship needed overtime, but in the end, Gray Davis beat Bill Simon 47-42, needing the rally monkey after Simon had jumped out to an early lead. Ultimately, the square with the hair beat out the jock with the talk, overcoming an early budget deficit. However, unlike other state champions, the Democrat Davis did not receive a congratulatory phone call from President Bush. Don't understand that. Even so, Davis was exuberant and downright cocky at a post-victory celebration at the governor's mansion.
I got one thing to say. This is my house. I built this, and this is my house. I don't care if I'm with the Falcons or not. This is my house. This will always be my house. Now let's continue.
Meanwhile, over at Bill Simon's campaign headquarters, NBC's Jim Gray caught up with a losing player.
Bill, do you feel as though you were beaten or that you beat yourself?
Oh, shut up.
After that initial and perhaps understandable angry response, Bill Simon was asked if he was going to retire from politics or try again someday.
I just gotta go back to the beginning again. It's been a long road to get here. It's gonna be a long road to get back, but I'm not gonna give up. I've worked too hard.
So there you have it. Chainsaw's exclusive coverage of your gubernatorial state championship. Live. In baseball, Randy's Johnson won the National League Cy Young Award, an award which is named after Cy Young. The Arizona Ace won the National League Triple Crown of pitching. That is wins, most strikeouts, and lowest earned run average. This is Johnson's fifth Cy Young, second only to Roger Clemens' sixth. Finishing behind Johnson in the voting are, in order, every other pitcher in the National League. Meanwhile, in the National League,
You know, there's something very familiar about you.
We met at your father's attempted murder.
Oh, that's right. You're Pepper Giannini, right? You were with Don Mazzoni.
He's such a sweetheart. He helped me out once when I was down on my luck.
Financial trouble?
No, my luck, the Chinese ambassador.
Basketball Association. The Los Angeles Lakers scored an LA franchise record low 70 total points in their 89-70 loss to the Cleveland Cavaliers last night. Still playing without the sore-toed Shaq, the Lakers are 2-3. In other sports, David.
I'm going to say you covered it all, Chainsaw. Ray Davis got his second ring.
Yeah, that's right. Second consecutive state championship.
Yep.
Wow. It is 9:31 and 2 seconds. This is your 101.5 KGB Sports Network. Live.
The Chainsaw brought to you by WB News at 10 with Jeff Powers and Linda Martin. All the news just 30 minutes tonight at 10, only on KSWB 569. Here is Route 66.
Let's see here. Leftover traffic. North 805 and the South Bay from Plaza. Still a lot of slow traffic all the way up through the North Park area. Still showing some brake lights on the coast. South 5, Leucadia to Birmingham. North 5 from Claremont Drive to Mission Bay. Clearing a wreck in the South Bay. North 805 approaching the 54. Watch WV News at 10 with Jeff Powers and Linda Martin. It's all the news just 30 minutes tonight at 10 only on San Diego's WV 569. I'm Ruth 66 with Dave Shelley and Chainsaw 1015 KGB.
Okay, what did you find? Just give me the bad news.
Actually, you just needed to have the pilot light relit. It's working just fine now. I checked the whole thing over for you, so your furnace is ready for the winter.
Oh, well, that's good news.
When you have questions about your appliances, it's nice to know you can call SDG&E. You can take advantage of a variety of services we offer. For instance, if you need help relighting the pilot lights on your gas appliances, we'll send a technician to your home. If you or a family member is visually impaired, we can mark the dials on your thermostat and oven so they're easier to read. Or if you need ideas on ways to save energy, you can request a home energy analysis. These free services are just a phone call away.
I also checked your stove and adjusted the burners, so you're all ready to cook dinner tonight.
Now that's bad news.
For more information on our customer services and other energy topics, call us at 1-800-411-SDGE or visit SDGE.com. SDG&E, a Sempra energy utility, bringing you safe, reliable energy since 1881.
Sunday! We're offering great deals on all 2003 Volkswagens. Monday! We're offering great deals on all 2003 Volkswagens. Tuesday! Same thing.
It's true you can get a great deal on a Volkswagen just about any day of the week. But right now, you can also get over 50 standard features, a 4-year, 50,000-mile limited warranty, and one of the highest resale values in the market. So, it's a great time to see your local Volkswagen dealer who'll work with you to get you a new car. But now that the word's out, you might want to get there soon.
Friday!
I give up. Volkswagen. The cars and the deals are for real.
Volkswagen was ranked number 1 among mass market manufacturers for best residual value in the Automotive Police Guide's 2002 Residual Value Awards.
Visit any of your 8 great San Diego area Volkswagen dealers today.
Hey man, what's up with the new job? Bro, working at NASCO is like jumping into the middle of an extreme sporting event. There's never a dull moment.
NASCO, the #1 shipbuilder on the West Coast, is where you take it to the edge and beyond. Raw steel, NASCO cuts it, bends it, and molds it any way they like. Electrical connections, NASCO turns out more in a week than most people make in a lifetime. Big projects, NASCO's wave runners are 1,000 feet long. Take the ride of your life in a job that specializes in the extreme. Talk with NASCO this Saturday, November 9th, 9 to 3, inside their facility at 28th and Harbor Drive. NASCO is searching out top talent for a paid training program for welders and ship fitters. So if you like your employment extreme, with challenges and rewards that fit your lifestyle, catch what NASCO is offering this Saturday, November 9th, 9 to 3, inside their facility at 28th and Harbor. All interviews conducted on site. NASCO, a General Dynamics company. For details on the NASCO job fair, go to 101kgb.com. And if you want, complete a job application online.
Welcome to Dunbar Gables Apartments. As you'll see in the lease agreement, we have a few simple rules. Rent is due the first of every month, 8 a.m. sharp. Very simple. Interior walls are cream in color, and we expect them to stay that way. Again, very easy, very simple. No hanging of pictures, of course. The artwork we've provided should be more than sufficient.
Tired of being a renter? Well, it's easier to buy than you think.
As far as your veranda, items not allowed include bicycles, plants, barbecue grills, drying laundry.
Introducing Community Access from Washington Mutual Home Loans.
Smiling sun faces and or moons.
A loan program built on the idea that everyone deserves a chance to buy their own home.
Patio furniture, children.
Including you.
And anything else we deem visually or audibly offensive. Also, no music over 10 decibels after 9 p.m., which is approximately the level of a whisper.
That's the power of yes.
Any questions? Excellent. Only 10 pages to go.
Washington Mutual, an equal housing lender.
Dr. Phil's always giving you great advice about your life.
I wanted to get to the bottom line.
But wait till you hear what he has to say about his.
It's a different world for an old country boy.
Tonight at 6, Local 8's Kathleen Bade gets Dr. Phil to get real about himself.
Do you take your own advice?
Phil's full of surprising secrets.
What kind of kid were you?
And he shares them only with Local 8. 8.
I've got 2 strategies that have helped me really, really well.
Dr. Phil gets real. Tonight on Local 8 News at 6. Tonight at 8 on Local 8.
Don't miss the first 5 minutes of the Country Music Association Awards because Shania Twain is back.
Let's go.
And kicking off the CMAs with a live performance of her brand new hit.
I'll get you good.
And that's not all. Alan Jackson, George Strait, Brooks and Dunn, Trisha Yearwood, plus the return of Faith Hill. It's country music's biggest night. Vince Gill hosts the CMA Awards live.
It's a great night of television beginning at 8 on Local 8.
Well, if you're driving around in Southern California, heck, any place in the state, you've got to have auto insurance. It is the law, and that's where Unistar rides to the rescue. They've got low monthly payments, as low as $29 a month for auto insurance. Can that be right? Yeah, that's right. Unistar's been around now for 7 years. They offer you auto insurance. They can help you with your credit, help repair that if you've had some bad marks on your report, and also provide fast income tax refunds. 6 locations in San Diego, or they're online at www.unistarauto.com. That's 24/7. If you need a free quote, want to check it out, go to their online spot. They provide reliable, affordable, and hassle-free insurance, great service, and easy payment options. Right now, $50 off your down payment for auto insurance. And maybe you've been hesitant to call about auto insurance because you've had an accident on your record. Maybe you've had a couple of tickets. They can help you work that out, too. A phone call away. Unistar is 1-800-321-STAR, or visit any of the San Diego locations. Unistar Auto Insurance at 1-800-321-STAR.
Rounding 9:30 on the KGB. Post-election day, Gray Davis gets his second ring. With all the crackpot news, here is Shelley Dunn.
Good morning. Republicans have won a pair of marquee governor's races. Jeb Bush turned back Democrat Bill McBride in Florida, and Bob Ehrlich ended Kathleen Kennedy Townsend's bid for Maryland governor. Democrats broke the GOP hold on executive mansions in Illinois, Michigan, and Pennsylvania. They also captured formerly Republican or independent-held offices in Kansas, Maine, New Mexico, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Wisconsin, and Wyoming. Republicans kept New York, Texas, Rhode Island, and Massachusetts, in case you're scoring at home, and they took Democrat-held seats in Alaska and New Hampshire. They ousted 2 one-term Southern Democrats, Roy Barnes in Georgia and Jim Hodges in South Carolina. The GOP will also take over for independent Minnesota Governor Jesse Ventura. He's out. The head of the Republican National Committee says there are a number of reasons why his party made big gains in the midterm elections. Chairman Mark Rasko says the American people are confident in their president's leadership, and he says that despite the Republicans winning both House and Senate, the president will proceed in a bipartisan way. A day after his party's midterm election triumph, President Bush is said to be reaching out to the defeated Democrats and calling them losers. Bush plans no public appearances. Instead, he'll spend the day telephoning Democratic leaders. The president wants to be gracious. Lawmakers are set to convene soon. It'll be a lame duck session. Bush wants to make the Department of Homeland Security their top priority. This is that new agency he wants to create. It was stalled in the partisan dispute over workplace rules. Senate Republican leader Trent Lott says the election results exceeded his party's expectations. Republicans now control at least 51 seats in the 100-member Senate. Outgoing Senate Majority Leader Tom Daschle says he wants to find common ground with the Republicans. On Good Morning America today, Joe Lockhart, former spokesperson for President Clinton, was asked what was it the Democrats did wrong?
This wasn't something where we were wrong on the issues. I think it was we didn't excite our base and give them a reason to go out and elect Democrats.
Lockhart says the Democrats need to closely examine what happened in this election.
Bush made a big bet on this campaign. And what happened last night, and particularly in the races that we thought were going to be close, that ended up not being very close, was he went out and energized the base of the Republican Party, gave them a reason to vote. And I think as we as Democrats look at what we did wrong, we have to look at why our base stayed home.
Now, in Minnesota, residents had to wait a long time to find out who won the Senate seat in their state. In fact, last night it was too close to call. A supplemental ballot was printed up with Democrat Walter Mondale's name after Senator Paul Wellstone was killed in a plane crash. Mondale was battling Republican Norm Coleman for the seat. Last night, speaking to reporters, Mondale said he was hopeful he'd win the election.
I ask you to be patient. Keep your optimism up. We got a good chance of winning this thing.
And at his headquarters in
Right up
Minneapolis...
until we don't.
Until we don't. At his headquarters in Minneapolis, Coleman told his supporters he hoped to be a part of the big Republican winning streak this election day.
Wave is moving from east to west, and we're waiting for it to hit Minnesota, but it's good.
And it did. Coleman, the winner in Minnesota's Senate race, bested former Vice President Walter Mondale. The GOP defied history, widening a majority in the House by at least 2 seats. Republicans have 225 seats and led in 2 undecided races. The president's party usually loses ground in midterm voting. If the trend holds, the nation's governorships, though, will be split. 25 Republicans, 25 Democrats. One Republican, Florida Governor Jeb Bush, is promising to work as hard as he can during his second term. After last night's lopsided win over Democrat Bill McBride, Bush has become the first Republican governor in Florida history to win re-election. Speaking at his HQ in Miami, Bush thanked his family for their support.
I want to thank my mother and dad for being my inspiration in life. And I want to thank our great President of the United States for coming down and lending a hand to his little brother.
And in our race for governor, it was a lot closer than he expected and a lot more expensive than us voters liked. Gray Davis defeated Republican businessman Bill Simon. He spent $68 million, much of it on attack ads. After 2 million votes had been counted, Simon actually held a slight lead. But as the evening wore on, Davis opened a 6-point lead, and that held steady at 48% of the vote to Simon's 42%. In his acceptance speech, Governor Davis vowed to do all he can to make California the greatest state in the country.
I'm not gay, damn it!
Well, that'll help.
He's never sounded better.
That's a big help, don't you think? What else did he say?
There was a lot of confusion about that. There were a lot of people who weren't sure.
I'm gay, damn it!
Oh, no, wait a minute. Which one is it?
Now he's just playing with us.
All right, let's hear what Gray Davis had to say. This is his acceptance speech?
Yeah.
Thank all of you. God bless all of you.
Wow. How'd he come up with that?
I don't know.
That's inspired talking is what that is.
That's how he's making the state
That's
better?
not even what I had him saying. That's all he said?
God bless all of you. And God bless America.
I thought you were going to say we will try and improve the lives of all Californians, and I promise you to work as hard as I can.
That's very
to
impressive.
make the state as good as it can be over the next 4 years.
Who's his writer?
Thank all of you.
My opponent is...
All right.
Well, Bill Simon says he may have been defeated this time, but he's not giving up on politics or his dreams of making California truly the Golden State.
I want to speak to you a little bit from my heart. I just several moments ago called Governor Davis and conceded.
There you go. Senate Democratic leader Tom Daschle of South Dakota was on the morning talk shows on Good Morning America. He said the Democrats will continue to fight for their social policies.
We're not going away. We're going to be fighting for the
I
things
think
we
you are.
believe in. We're going to fight for the issues, the priorities, the reasons we're in business. To begin with.
Pretty exciting, don't you think?
Regardless of whether we're in the majority or the minority.
I'd like to hear me talk
He
for
didn't even put
like...
on a tie today. He's in his little sweater.
What if I talked for like an hour? Would that be all right?
The majority of the minority.
As long as you stutter a lot.
We're not going away.
Okay.
That's how you're going to get it. Just lull them into a coma.
That's what I got to say to you, Dash.
Meanwhile, a new law has taken effect barring unrestricted donations to the nation's political parties. It's called, it's what's called soft money, unlimited donations from corporations, labor unions, and other interests. It bans that. Those donations have become the biggest source of national campaign funds. Political parties have until the first of the year to get rid of any soft money left in their accounts after Election Day. I guess big parties are in order. But politicians and interest groups are already looking for loopholes.
I'll just take it home.
The parties want permission from the Federal Election Commission to raise additional soft money to cover 2002 accounts or recounts. But campaign finance reformers like Senator John McCain say that is unacceptable. McCain tells CNN that the Election Commission is trying to weaken the law it's supposed to enforce, and he says lawmakers are going to take the battle to court. Democrats remained in firm control of both houses in the California legislature, but Republicans gained at least 2 more seats in the Assembly. The GOP gains in the Assembly include Chula Vista Mayor Shirley Horton defeated a former Gray Davis aide to take a San Diego area district from Bonnie Garcia. She's a legislative aide who won in a Riverside Imperial County's district that favored Democrats, at least on paper. And even slightly Republican gains could make it tougher for Democratic leaders to put together the 2/3 majorities needed to deal with our state's lingering budget woes.
Now, are they still threatening to do that SUV tax and the soda tax?
I think the soda tax is out.
Good.
Not sure about the SUV thing.
I don't think it ever made it.
Gray Davis signed some sort of hoo-ha BS a couple of months ago about some...
Hey, did you vote yesterday?
Yeah. Wow. I showed Shelley my receipt.
I know.
This is like the first time ever?
Yep.
No.
In 12 years?
No, first time in probably 4 or 5 years.
Yeah. Was it the first time you voted?
Did you remember how to do it?
It was a little weird. Let me look at this thing, crud. How do I...
I'm going to read this entire document word for word.
I came in, I had pre-voted in my book, and came in and just...
What'd you do? Oh, okay.
Punched the numbers.
Was it the first time you ever voted for a major party candidate?
No, I voted for a major party candidate the first time that I was eligible when I was 18 or 19. Would it have been Reagan? I can't remember.
Did you vote for Reagan?
I don't remember if I was old enough to vote when Reagan. It's early onset.
Well, you wouldn't have been the first time.
Well, that would have been in 1984.
Yeah, 84, right.
So you wouldn't
a newfound respect for you, Boyer.
Oh, this is not the first major party vote that I've cast.
Figure you voted for those guys who do their TV commercials with a homemade camera and a slice of bologna.
You know, I embody that philosophy, but the other guy is so undesirable, I had to go, who's got a chance?
All right.
So you hated Governor Brown and voted for Reagan. Didn't he precede
Governor Reagan?
Reagan was governor of California?
Yeah, when
before
he
was born. Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Oh, my God.
Youngster.
He was called Governor Reagan even when he was running for president.
They did, because that was his former title, and that's how he'd gotten into the political
Yeah, but she
fray.
thought he was voting for him for governor.
1966.
I had a lapse. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Boyer's really older than all of us.
Hey! In a lot of ways, he is. One of the closest races in our county was for the office of district attorney. Now, with 100% of the precincts reporting, Judge Bonnie Dumanis is headed for an upset of incumbent Paul Finks. Wow. But remember that there are still 80,000 absentee and other kinds of ballots that are going to be counted.
I thought she was 3,000 ahead right now.
She's almost. She's 2,914 ahead, but there are 80,000 that still have to be counted.
I believe absentee ballots tend to be your Republican ballots.
That's what they say, because a lot of it's military people.
Yeah.
But it's a nonpartisan race, isn't it?
Yes.
What does that mean?
Well, that was one of the few where they don't tell you what political affiliation.
Oh, come on.
Like
Everyone knows Dumanis is a Democrat and Finks is a Republican, and that's who they appeal to. Everyone knows that.
Well, here's Judge Dumanis.
There's no such thing as a bitter, angry lesbian Republican. They don't exist.
That's probably true.
She's addressing her reporters at the U.S. Grand Hotel. Careful not to call it a victory speech.
We can all be proud of the race we ran, of bringing the issues to the table. And yes, we brought the issues to the table, and it was the other side that ran the nasty campaign.
This was a safety issue. It was not a choice of underwear issue.
Stop it.
I don't believe she can say that.
They were the ones who were mean, not me.
Oh, well.
She's got an irritating
I
voice.
heard a great metaphor last night during the coverage, and it said that it shouldn't be called a race because that implies that there are two people competing and racing for the finish line, not even paying attention to the other person. It's more like a boxing match where there are exchanges back and forth. Okay, thank you, Cookie.
It's an interesting sports analogy.
Political color.
Muhammad Ali was a boxer, oh boy.
Which addresses the, where you want to point out the other person's deficiencies to build your case up.
Sure.
Whereas a race, you're not looking at the other person. You're just heading for the end line. Okay, I'm going to go over here.
I was in a race one time.
Well, at Fink's Hospitality Suite, the mood was a little more subdued. The incumbent settling in for a long night's fight.
There's no handbook for this. I'm going to be taking it as it comes and seeing how the votes come in. And then whatever makes sense, we'll do. Whatever doesn't make sense, we won't do. I mean, that's about as clear as I can get.
We can all be proud of the race we ran, of bringing the issues to the table. And yes, we brought the issues to the table, and it was the other side that ran the nasty campaign.
Oh, that is such a lie.
Nobody's fault. Not your fault. Not my fault. It's nobody's fault.
I think you're a disgrace to this city.
There are approximately 80,000 absentee and provisional ballots still to be counted. That could take a couple of days. Do you want to hear about the other races around the county?
Yeah, I heard Mr. Sensitivity and Poetry. Our tax collector, Bart Hartman, is not going to be collecting taxes very much.
Is he a person?
Have you had sex with him? Is that why you're making out like he's a gay guy?
No, but he's a poet.
And we hate you talking like a gay guy, remember?
It's icky.
He's a poetry writing. Go ahead, Dave.
I'm trying to talk in private.
Sorry.
I figured here I got a couple of minutes while this blowhard goes off. I can talk to the producers. Say, are you going to leave? Go ahead if your day is busy. It's all right. It's cool.
Okay. Who's leaving?
Don't yell at me when I give you time off like that. Jeez.
Emily's leaving?
What an ungrateful little 8th grader.
I know.
It's terrible.
Testing for gate today. What were you going to say, Chris? I'm sure it was awesome.
Bart was the guy who tried to poke a bunch of girls in his office or a girl in his office or something.
Who's this?
Bart Hartman.
Do you really know what you're talking about?
Yeah, there was a sex scandal. There was
And yet
a
you don't know
sexual
any of the
harassment scandal.
details.
It cost the city or the county
$100,000. Yeah, I remember this.
And he wrote annoying poetry to the girl. Bart wouldn't hurt you. Bart loves you. Bart is nice. Bart is a gentle person.
Bart is a fart.
Bart was a man from Nantucket.
And actually, he doesn't need you because he really is so long. Anyway, he also never showed up for work. That was one of the other allegations.
Yeah. All right.
Well, Juan Vargas won the 79th Assembly District race.
I couldn't tell if that guy was running for politics or serving up burritos last night.
Why?
He kept wandering around with the guitars, and it was like it's your birthday at El Torito.
Was he singing it?
Ay, 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 ay. I'm the Frito Bandito.
Well, he gets a new title and everything.
Does he?
Well, Frito Bandito. I've not heard that before.
He was officially elected the Frito Bandito.
He will wear that moniker proudly.
My opponent ran very hard, but I am proud to say that I am the Frito Bandito.
In the 77th District, Assemblyman Jayla Sewer won. In the 78th District, Republican Chula Vista Mayor Shirley Horton appeared to defeat Democrat Vince Hall by a slim margin. Vince Hall was the leprechaun who ran because he knew how to dance like an Irish.
Is that right?
Or
Oh, that
something.
boring guy.
That guy. And then mayors of local suburban cities handily won re-election. El Cajon voters gave incumbent Mark Lewis another term following a battle with Councilman Dick Ramos. And with all the precincts reporting, Lewis had 50% to Ramos 36%. La Mesa voters returned Art Madrid to office, a 55-44% victory over David Allen. And in Carlsbad, Claude Bud Lewis won another election with a 64-36% victory over William Jubb.
I'd like to know, what about the stingy guy, McClintock, for a controller?
You know, I didn't see that race anywhere.
That's one of the sexiest races there is.
Really
controller.
is.
But we like his spots.
I love his spots.
I love
They're
his
really
spots.
For that.
Hang on, here's special news correspondent Carrie on the KGB. What's up, Carrie?
Hi there, Dave, Shelley, and Chainsaw. I was just calling to let you know that Bonnie Dumanis is actually a Republican.
No way.
There are a few gay Republicans. There's actually a gay Republican club called the Log Cabin Republicans.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's no such thing as a lesbian Republican. I know that doesn't exist.
I think that's Bonnie.
Nah, she's a Democrat. There's no way.
No, she really is a Republican.
Who'd she vote for governor?
Well, I wouldn't know that. But
well, what good are you then?
Maybe she'll call us and tell us.
Yeah, and also Bart Hartman had a deal going on where he sold video games on eBay. And so that's what he was doing with his time while he wasn't doing the tax collecting.
Doing his
gig.
job,
And he claimed he was working from home, and that's where his internet company was based, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I heard about him.
Yeah, so that's all I have.
Thank you, Carrie.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
So did you say that guy won that had the funny commercials? The
I
only
don't-
commercials I couldn't get away fast enough, or the only one without commercials I couldn't get away fast enough.
I read that he was in the lead last night.
All right. Here's John on the KGB. What's up, John?
Hey, good morning, Dave. How you doing?
That's so helpful. I mean, seriously. That is so helpful.
He's ahead last night.
I read
yesterday.
John, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, I was just thinking you might get a kick out of this. You've been talking all morning about our candidates for governor as gubernatorial candidates. And I think a little play on that word, if you use a southern accent, would be kind of like goober not real. So we had a couple of goobers in there.
What do you think of this, Wilma? Mighty funny.
Wow, your boxing versus racing thing is not that bad now.
Boy, I didn't even laugh at that. I'm impressed.
He already heard it. He said that yesterday.
Lisa, you're on the KGB. What's up?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
What's the matter, Ruth? What are you doing?
Just all giggly and perky, that little high voice.
Good morning.
Stop it.
How are you?
Don't do that.
Nice to see you today. Your medicine, RP McCarthy.
Want to come over?
What's up, Lisa?
I want to tell you guys how much I miss you, and I wish that you guys were broadcasting in Denver.
Oh, really?
Yes.
How about Lewis and Florax? They're good guys. You ever listen to them?
I don't know. What station are they on?
They're on, unless they've moved, they are on the Fox, which is 103. I forget. It's 103-ish, something like that. They're good dudes.
No.
Yeah. What'd you move for? Stupid?
Well, I was living in Aspen because I worked for the airlines, and then I moved from Aspen to Denver in April. So whenever I come back into town, I listen to you guys in the morning.
Aspen, Colorado?
Yeah.
So how did you get to know us?
Oh, because I was here last year.
Oh, okay.
I was here for the summer, and I don't know what I was doing. I was like channel surfing, and I happened to catch you guys in the morning, and I got hooked.
God bless you.
And then I used to listen to you guys every night.
Well, you can always listen on the internet.
No, I can't because my computer doesn't have speakers. It's an old one. It's my roommate.
Oh, speakers are cheap.
So, yeah, I'll have to see if I can get some.
All right, Lisa. How's everything in Denver today?
I don't know. I'm in
Snowy?
California right now.
You got me totally
Very
confused.
confused by
I don't know
you.
what was going on.
I flew in Monday.
Okay. Well, good to have you back in town.
Ah, thank you. It's good to be back.
All right. Thanks, Lisa.
Thank you.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.
McClintock is down 45 versus Steve Wesley.
How could that be? I read he was up last night.
No, 87% of precincts.
What happened?
Democrat
those were
leads by 1 point.
So what were you reading last night?
The crawl on the Channel 10.
That's watching TV. That's not reading.
You read with your eyes.
You watch TV. You make yourself out to be such a scholar. I read at night.
I read it on the screen. I don't know. What do you...
David, you're starting to annoy me now because you're splitting. You're being semantically inappropriate.
Well, at least we live in a geocentric universe.
Heliocentric.
Heliocentric.
Get it right.
I'm not an asshole.
You are. I am. I forgot who I am.
What else, Shell?
Well,
are we done with this damn election yet?
No, just a couple more.
I want to hear some stuff about, come on, Tommy and Gina or whatever.
Thank God we didn't piss off Arnold Schwarzenegger. He got his prop 49.
He got his props, dog.
He got his props, dog, and now there's $500 million a year from existing tax dollars that'll go to before and after school programs. It got 56% of the vote. Berkeley voters have turned down.
Hang on, Shell. Hang on, I want to see if they say it's over.
And good morning to you all. Thanks for joining us. I'm Marianne Couchet.
And I'm Bill Menish. We begin this morning with a developing story dealing with terrorism and...
big
Did Finks win or what? Come on.
I'm telling you, it's going to be a couple
Terrorism.
of days.
There are still terrorists out there.
Really?
11.
No, there's actually a San Diego connection. I'll tell you about it in a minute.
All right.
Ooh.
All right. But anyway, the Berkeley voters have voted down a measure banning the sale of brewed coffee that isn't made from the right kind of beans.
Huh?
It was Measure O. It would have made it a crime punishable by up to 6 months in jail for anyone to sell coffee that isn't organic, shade-grown, or fair trade, meaning growers received a fair price for their beans. Well, much of Asia has been keeping up with our election results from the U.S. The chair of a Japanese business executives group says the election outcome means, quote, the scenario of a possible attack on Iraq will remain intact. And a South Korean political science professor says a Republican-led House and Senate will give the Bush administration an extra weapon to get tough on North Korea, too. Politicians had plenty to say about the economy during the campaign, and now the Federal Reserve gets its chance today. The Fed's top policy-setting group meets behind closed doors today, considering another possible rate cut. In advance of their announcement, many analysts insist that the only question is not whether they will cut interest rates, but by how much, a quarter point or up to a half a point. Enron's former chief financial officer faces arraignment today in a Houston court. He's got a 78-count indictment against him. Andrew Fastow is alleged to have been the mastermind in a series of complex financial schemes that contributed to Enron's downfall. That involvement led to a flood of criminal charges, including various counts of fraud, money laundering, conspiracy, and obstruction of justice. And technically, he faces a maximum of 860 years in prison. They say he will plead not guilty. Harvey Pitt has resigned under pressure as chair of the Securities and Exchange Commission. The resignation follows a series of political missteps. In a letter to President Bush, Pitt says the turmoil surrounding his chairmanship has made it difficult to stay on the job. In other news, here in San Diego, there is word today that FBI agents conducting a routine drug investigation have discovered a plot to supply American anti-aircraft missiles to Al-Qaeda. An indictment naming 3 suspects will be unsealed in San Diego today. And in Washington, Attorney General John Ashcroft and FBI Director Robert Mueller will hold a news conference to discuss this case. According to the UT, 2 Pakistanis and an Indian-born U.S. citizen are in custody in Hong Kong, awaiting extradition back here to face charges of drug smuggling and providing resources to terrorist groups. At least one of the men lived right here in San Diego. The suspects are accused of planning to sell or trade a half-ton of heroin and 5 tons of hashish for 4 Stinger anti-aircraft missiles. These are shoulder-launched Stingers that can be devastating weapons against low-flying aircraft, including commercial airliners. The jury in the Winona Ryder shoplifting trial must be insane. They go into day number 2 of deliberations. They worked 5 hours yesterday.
Shelley, they don't want to send Winona Ryder to the gas chamber unless they're absolutely certain that we have to kill her.
How does it take even a minute to decide she's guilty? She has the charges of grand theft, burglary, vandalism, accused of stealing about $5,600 worth of clothing from Saks Fifth Avenue last December. She could get 3 years in prison if convicted. Here is the latest SNN report.
What's SNN?
Skank News Network. Christina Aguilera allegedly made out with another girl, there was tongue at a New York nightclub called Centro Fly on Saturday night. No, but there were witnesses at the club. Christina started grinding with a woman on the dance floor.
You've never done that before.
And then things got out of hand. Witnesses say they were outrageous. French kissing and caressing each other. They knew everybody was watching. A guy tried to join in on the action, and he was bounced by the club.
When you bounce.
When you bounce. And her people aren't really denying this at all. Her rep says, well, another girl grabbed Christina on the dance floor. They were dancing, you know. You know how it gets, but there was no kissing.
Were you kissing?
Nope. But they were.
When you bounce.
Who wants to see George Clooney naked?
Me?
I do too.
Sure, I'll look.
He hopes to thrill unsatisfied housewives across this great nation of ours in his new movie Solaris, exposing his beautiful bun cheeks, but the Motion Picture Association of America might put a stop to it. The organization that gives movies their ratings, and because of the Clooney butt scene, the MPAA will not give the film a PG-13 rating that they want. 20th Century Fox is the maker. Don't worry, though, Fox is totally on our side, refusing to cut the scene, whether that means an R rating or not. Solaris is set to hit theaters on November 27th. I'll mark my calendar now. Rosie O'Donnell. I mean, is it the media that's out to get her? Maybe not. If an upcoming issue of Vanity Fair, which hits newsstands Friday, is true, Rosie might very well be Satan. Vanity Fair talked to some staffers of the now-defunct Rosie magazine, and they say Rosie was a total bitch. Rosie would fly into screaming rages and berate her employees.
Does anyone doubt that?
I don't at all.
Is there anybody out there who doubts that she's a pain in the ass?
Not at all.
No. I mean, this is like the millionth story we've heard about it. Like, they're trying to convince us. We get it already.
Yeah, we understand. And it got worse when she dropped out of this whole magazine thing because she was feuding with the publisher. She wanted more creative control.
Right.
And so then she took it out. They wouldn't give it to her. She took it out on everyone in her office.
She wanted to write about moon pies and wallet chains.
And chuck-a-boots. One time, there was a woman in her office who had survived breast cancer. And Rosie was chewing her out because the woman had lied about something. And Rosie told her, quote, "You know what happens to liars? They get cancer." Rosie has denied it.
Rosie's mother, of course, who died of cancer.
Right. Rosie's staffer, one of them said she had this way of screaming, "Did you not hear me? Well, you better do that." Like a kid being abused, like a parent telling them why they're getting slapped around for their own good.
We heard about her terrible behavior on her show. She had that TV show, and they went through 87 people a season and fired.
Oh, right, all its producers.
Yeah.
Although what I'll never forget from her show is the story that Dave brought us about someone who saw her in a thong from behind.
Oh!
And said it looked like her
Had to
underwear
bring that
was
up.
being eaten. Despite her two enormous talents, Jewel, usually the shy, demure demeanor, this girl has talked some smack, though. She was asked to be on the Rolling Stone magazine's recent Women in Rock cover. It featured Britney Spears,
She wasn't on.
Shakira, and Mary-Kate Blige. You know why?
No, Britney Spears was not on the cover.
Okay.
Oh, on Rolling Stone.
Uh-huh.
I'm thinking of Vanity Fair. I beg your pardon.
Well, anyway, Jewel and her two Hooters refused to be on the cover.
Why?
She said it didn't seem like a women in rock issue to me. Nothing against Shakira and Britney Spears, but that's why I turned it down.
Now, why are you objectifying Jewel in a Hooter manner?
Because I think that's all she has going for. Oh, I forgot about the yodeling. I'm sorry. I forgot what a great yodeler she is.
That's just hurtful. Jesus wouldn't say that.
She says this cover did not have the integrity to be called the Women in Rock issue. Quote, when Chrissy Hynde of the Pretenders looks at that cover, does she laugh? Probably so.
Oh, brother.
She can't see. Her hair's in her eyes.
What a snob.
Like that English sheepdog.
She can't see because she's drunk.
She's drunk?
Well, Chrissy has been known to tip the bottle a little
Really?
bit. Oh, yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, a little bit.
That's why she said, I'm standing in the middle of life with my pants behind me. She was too drunk to put on her own damn
Maybe
pants.
that's it. Poor Chrissy. She needed help. Look out, Celine Dion. Here comes Coco. You know Coco, the famous signing gorilla.
Oh, yeah.
You've seen this.
I thought that gorilla was dead.
Oh, no.
I thought that gorilla signed and then tipped over.
Oh, she's actually written CD or lyrics for a CD due out Friday called The Fine Young Gorilla.
Oh, it's got to be better than anything Celine Dion does.
That's what Coco calls herself in sign language. Coco doesn't sing. That's handled by a local musician, but Coco did write some of the phrases to the tunes, which are described as songs about Coco's life. Coco also had creative control. The CD was going to be released, but Coco didn't like one of the lyrics. The word lie appeared in the lyric, and Coco heard it and signed the word.
Well, Coco doesn't want to get cancer.
She hates liars. That's right. Coco, raised by researcher Penny Patterson at the Gorilla Foundation in Woodside, up by San Francisco.
Rosie stole that line from Coco the gorilla.
She did.
Because Coco wrote about it in a love song.
Coco has been taught to sign more than 1,000 words. She recognizes as many as 2,000 English words and will respond to them in sign language.
That is pretty cool.
Oh, it's amazing. It's unbelievable. And finally this morning, I think this will be an uplifting story. As you know, in other countries, namely in Iran, when they have an execution, they carry it out this way. If you're a man, they bury you up to your hips. Women are buried up to their chests, and then they pelt you in the head with small stones.
Small ones?
Small ones. But there's a loophole. If you were able to wiggle out of the hole that you were buried in, you get to go. And last week, a woman who was going to be stoned for helping murder her husband wiggled out of the hole and broke free, and she's alive and well now.
Thank you, Shell.
Well, you're welcome. Come on, it's uplifting.
And that's where the catchphrase, old hole wiggler, comes from. People wonder where things like the whole ball of wax,
I
the whole
know.
yard,
Old hole wiggler came from. Exactly.
Old hole wiggler.
Yeah. Good for me.
Who knew it came from Iran? Old Hole Wiggler is my new band, and we'll be at the Bacchanal this weekend, along with Old Man Toenail.
I'm glad to see them touring again.
Doubleheader. Quick time out is KGB.
Go shoot a couple rounds of golf, you establishment creep.
Good morning, American. Does your dick leave a mark when you part? What color is it? Black, brown, green, or colorless clear? That's all you need to know. No costly repair bill. You can fix it yourself for less than $4. Go to any store that sells dick supplies, and there you'll find Gold Eagle's new leak stoppers. The container of each is color-coded. Green stain on the garage floor, Then buy the container with the green label. Now lift the hood of your dick and pour in the leak stopper, and voila. Your dried-out shrunken dick will come back to life, expand, and leak no more. Gold Eagle Leak Stoppers. There's not much you and I can do to repair a dick, but this is something we can do. Match the spot on the dick to the containers on the shelf, and your tired old dick will work like new.
Dave, Shelley, Chainsaw. I'll be right back. KGB.
Hi, I'm Jeff Squirzel, president of Banner Mattress. At Banner, we've never had to hire personalities to tell our story. We've got enough real customers with real stories to do that for us.
I feel like $1,000,000. I feel younger. I have more energy.
Banner Mattress gave me a lot more for the money. They went into detail. The salesman was awesome. It was a really good experience.
Heaven. It's like heaven because I've gone for, almost 3 years since I'd had a decent night's sleep.
The fact that we were getting such good service with one of the only known mattress places off the top of my head, it seemed like the right place to buy it, and the service was great.
Yes, we're sleeping through the night with no problem.
It is nice.
Come to Banner and find a story of your own.
Banner Mattress for the rest of your life.
Don't miss the savings right now during Banner's mid-year clearance. For the Banner Mattress showroom nearest you, dial toll-free 1-888-3-BANNER.
Did you guys see Fear Factor last night?
Did not,
Saw
sir.
a little bit of it.
They, they had obstacle course kind of stuff, but the gross out stunt, they had to lay down in like a coffin-sized hole while they poured like 1,000 scorpions on them.
Terrible.
Dick.
Now wait a minute, I thought scorpions were like rattlesnakes and they'd kill you.
I know.
What poison? What the hell? Next week, the person who can saw their head off the most.
Is it out of control or what?
And the only guy who did it got nailed. He got stung.
Oh, and I thought that killed you.
I thought you. And he says, "Yeah, I got a tingling feeling in my lips, but the producers tell me that's to be expected."
Oh,
yeah, right before you die.
Kick off. Oh, Lord.
Here's John on the KGB. What's going on, John?
Dave, you hole wiggler.
You are a hole wiggler? Oh, no.
Dave, when can I get my copy of the greatest CD ever made?
The greatest CD ever, and that is the title, folks, will be available to you this Thanksgiving, just weeks from now.
Excellent. Can't wait.
Turn the project in yesterday. It's a double CD this year, featuring the greatest of the greatest, all 12 years.
Good stuff. Love your show, Dave.
Something from every CD we've ever made. Thanks. I love yours, John. See ya. I'll tell you how long we've been doing this job. When we first started making those CDs, there weren't CDs.
They were tapes.
Brother.
We just wrote out the comedy bits and mailed them to you. It didn't go over as well, but, you know.
Programming reminder, tomorrow, the greatest scam in American broadcast history rears its ugly head once again when we go to Verona.
Yeah.
Mike Mayo and company having us out to Verona. If you want to join us and not pay nothing, go to 101kgb.com. Click on Dave's Free Thursday Golf, fill out the form, shoot it in. That's where we're going tomorrow. Beautiful golf course out there. Kind of new, only a couple years old. One of the few golf courses you can enjoy in Southern California that isn't surrounded by homes. I want to say thanks to Tony Danza coming on the show today. Tony's got a new CD out. Yes, Tony Danza from Taxi, Who's the Boss, is a singer now.
And a good one.
And Tony Danza would like you to listen to his music before you buy it so you can try it for free. Just go to TonyDanza.com and see if you're into that stuff. Tomorrow, you're going to like this chainsaw. Jamie Kennedy on the show tomorrow.
Jamie Kennedy Experiment. Great practical joker on television.
Jamie Kennedy does some really effed up stuff. There is one skit, and we'll talk to him about it tomorrow. He sets people up. He sets
Yeah.
people up on these skits. And this one skit that they set up that this guy does, if you haven't seen his show, I think it's on the WB, isn't it?
Yeah.
These guys are on vacation, and this one guy comes into one of these just kind of like little tents that they set up around a pool.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a girl in there.
Yeah.
And the girl was in there to give you a back rub.
Right.
It's just a nice little 15-minute back rub.
Sure.
And so you're laying on the table, and you've got your hole in that, you got your face in that hole in the table, and you can't really see anything except the ground.
Uh-huh.
And so she's rubbing the back and talking to him, and they're just kind of talking back and forth. And then this guy stumbles in, and it's Jamie Kennedy.
Right.
And he's talking like this. What'd you leave me for? And she's like, you're drunk, get out of here. He's like, I'm not drunk, I want to know. And they had a camera that was shooting up at the hole so you can see the victim's face.
Oh, no.
And Jamie Kennedy starts going,
oh!
And then, and he throws a can of warm cream of mushroom sauce on the victim's back.
And the thing is, the guy allowed the girl just to wipe it up, and so Jamie, what choice did he have? Is to come back and throw up again?
Yeah, the guy didn't leave. Did you believe that? The guy didn't leave. She's like, oh, I'll take care of that.
Oh, my God.
So he went and got another can of soup and came back and did it again.
Oh, like Candid Camera meets Dana Carvey on acid because he takes all these characters and does costumes.
Fabulous.
I got to read you an email that I got before we finish up the show today.
Right.
Dave, I was just about to sing God Bless America at my desk for everyone to hear.
We're not ready for you yet.
Sorry. How did that happen?
I don't know.
Hey, guess what song I'm going to play next?
I don't know.
Okay. Anyway, just about to sing God Bless America at my desk for everyone to hear. To think that a sick, twisted punk could win a bevy of prizes for letting a dog lick his crank. What a land of opportunity this is. Where any underachieving, acne-ridden, Beavis and Butthead-watching, borderline bestialist can be rewarded for something that, were I to catch my son doing, would have to call an ambulance for both of us to remove my foot from his ass. I only regret that this godless, apathetic, pasty-faced slacker didn't have the attention span to hang on for his prize, so that we had to give it to the fourth runner-up.
That's great.
Dave, greatness almost happened. Love your show, James Johnson. It's true. It's a great moment this morning.
Yeah.
Thank you, James. Today's show is brought to you by Covad, your Western Lexus dealer, In-N-Out Burger, Sprint PCS, the Escondido Cycle Center, American Express, and T-Mobile. Thank you, friends. It's going to be Diane Ray and Mojo Nixon next here on the KGB. Throughout your day for your musical entertainment. We'll be back on the radio with you tonight, 7 o'clock, the Encore Show, and then start it over again at 5 tomorrow here on the KGB. Can you guess what song I'm going to play next?
Huh. I know it starts with a guitar.
do you not even remember it?
I can't get the title.
Got it, Boyer?
Damn Yankees with sister something.
Caught in a rage.
She was coming of age. Thanks, friends. Love your show.